We've seen a lot of Hotel Mario memes, and everything is still as horrible as it seems. Sorry, I'm recording this on my lunch break again, and I was listening to an old Deadwing Dork video about some guy called Dogs Eating Dogs 6. And if you want to go look up the whole story, I'm sure you can find it pretty easy, but point is it's a funny video. It's a funny video. Oh my goodness, where's my soda? Hold on, I gotta find my soda. There it is. Oh, I don't want my... Nobody saw anything. I don't want to knock my soda over, so I'll just put it over there. Yeah, I'll put it right there. Alright. So where we last left off, I believe we were at Carl's house, and the obvious implication here is we're about to see a ghost. You know, hold on, I'm sorry. Let me move a little bit on the couch here. You don't mind if I take up a little bit more of your viewing room, do you? Anyway. I don't remember falling asleep, but it's at that moment that something wakes me up. I jolt, then lay there, trying to remember where I am. Carl's house. Right. I stare at the ceiling, wondering what time it is. I don't bother to look at my phone, though, because I'm already starting to fall back asleep. A scraping noise from beneath me makes me jump, and I prop myself up on my elbows, listening. Looking over, I see Carl's staring at the ceiling, eyes wide. Carl? I whisper it, and I'm not sure why. He jumps, then looks at me, confused, like he'd just woken up. Huh? Are you okay? Yeah, what's wrong? I think I hear something. His floppy ears perk up. Oh, his little ears are up. I don't. Then his eyes widen. Although I didn't hear anything right then, he definitely did. You hear it? Yeah, like a scraping noise. I told you about? Yeah. He looks happy. Ha! So I'm not fucking crazy. We both sit there and listen for a while, but it sounds like it stopped. Wanna go see what? Suddenly his eyes widen, and his muzzle drops open in shock. I stare back. What? Did you fucking hear that? I listen, feeling my heartbeat pick up now that Carl looks fucking terrified, but I don't hear anything. What? A fucking voice. The fur raises up all over my body as I listen, but nothing. Carl definitely seems convinced, though, so I listen harder. I just start to make out what might be a voice when Carl sits up next to me and gets out of bed. I feel myself starting to panic. Did some crazy hobo break into the house? Carl gets off the couch. Come on. What? What the fuck are we gonna do? Let's call the cops. No, let's make sure first. This has happened before. What? What do you mean? He puts a finger to his lips. Grab something. What? I follow Carl out into the kitchen, and he starts rummaging through the drawers. I follow him, hugging my shoulders, feeling a lot colder right now. With the sound of metal sliding against metal, Carl pulls out a giant steak knife. What the fuck? Dude, I've been hearing this shit for the past month, and I've been too scared to go down there. But now with you here... He flashes me a smile. I'm gonna find out what the fuck this is. Here. He reaches into a spot between the fridge and wall and pulls out a broom before sticking it out to me. I take it slowly. Okay, of course, Carl. You get the knife, I get the broom. Buddy, come on now. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? Come on. Carl starts down the stairs, and I follow behind, holding the broomstick in front of me like a sword. I've never had to hit anyone with a stick before. I have no clue what I'm doing. Once we get to the small door leading down the crawl space, Carl pauses and we both listen. It's silent for a while. Then... Ooh, okay, so, bit of a thing here. I am currently having some ear issues. I have an ear infection or something in my right ear. So I don't hear much. I heard that, and something about the particular, I guess, cadence that was played is... I didn't like that. Shit! Carl looks at me like I'm crazy, not reacting to the noise at all. Shh! He leans down, a paw on the handle. Looking back at me, he signals me with his eyes to be ready. I grip onto the broom like a lifeline as I wait for him to swing the door open, and when he does... darkness. Shit. So whatever's down here is just slinking around in complete darkness? Hey. Carl says it unconvincingly, the fear clear in his voice. Then after looking back at me, fuck it. He jumps down into the crawl space, disappearing into the dark. Carl! I stumble up to the edge of the steps, trying to squint into the black. I hear Carl to the right, rustling around and cursing. That's when light floods the crawl space. I quickly wobble down the steps, knowing that if whatever is down here is going to try to escape, it would be running right into me. Finally, I have a moment to catch my breath, standing several feet behind Carl as I look around the look around, broom ready at... Buddies, cut that out. There's nothing here. What the fuck? Sure enough, the crawl space looks empty. There aren't many places to hide either. What the hell's going on, Carl? But he doesn't answer. He's staring at the bins. Did you put the bins back? I look down and the bins are gone. I look back at where they were originally, and sure enough, they're neatly stacked right where we found them. I honestly don't remember. Did I move them back? Maybe. It would be something I might do. I tried, but I can't remember. Maybe... Dude, come on. I really don't remember. Carl walks further towards the back, ears perked, looking left and right as he clutches his knife. I start to follow, but that's when I notice something at the left of my vision on the ground. Looking down, I see something fat and hairy ambling slowly over the tarp. A giant fucking tarantula. The next few moments are a blur. But the next thing I know, I'm going up the stairs on my feet and pause, grabbing at the door frame to pull myself up. Chase, what happened? I can hear him running up behind me, so I turn to warn him. Look out! Big spider! The breath keeps catching in my throat. I think I'm hyperventilating. I'm still clutching at the door frame as Carl follows up behind me, his eyes wide. What? Come on, Chase. This is crazy. No, a huge... A blonde... No fucking way. He looks excited, and he turns back to the crawl space. I feel numb right now. This is all too much to handle. What the fuck is even going on? Which way? Shakily, I point towards where the spider was crawling. Carl squints, then walks down the steps looking around. Careful! If it was really a blonde, there's not much to worry about. I hear they're actually pretty gentle. I gulp and don't say anything. My head is pounding and buzzing, which, for some reason, doesn't exactly feel like it has anything to do with the adrenaline rush. It's more like a bad headache. Carl looks around a while longer while I focus on the steps, making sure nothing starts crawling up them. I don't even care about the possible hobo anymore. Finally, Carl comes back, looking confused. Well, there's nothing there. You know, sometimes I see shit when I'm really tired. Want to go back upstairs? I mean, there's nothing here. This can't be happening again. Oh, party popper! But that's really cute. I opened my eyes slowly. The pressure in my head tells me I didn't get nearly enough sleep. Not really a surprise, considering we were both up until 3, and our own ghost adventure a few hours later didn't help things. Oh. I hear the doorbell and realize that's what had woken me up. Groaning, I reach under my pillow and feel around for a few seconds before I find my phone. Oh, you savage! You savages! First, Chase sleeps like. First, Chase, you have your phone in your back pocket, and now you sleep with it in the bed with you and not like beside it or on a nightstand. I'm starting to understand the chunt meme. This guy's fucking crazy. He don't give no fucks about nothing. The lump that is Carl under the blankets near my feet doesn't even budge. That was the cool thing about having Carl as a roommate. He slept like a fucking rock. I did pretty much anything I wanted to, and didn't have to worry about him reporting me to the RA. Even something like jerking off. That only happened a few times, though. The rabbit I'm rooming with now is a different story. Again, the doorbell. I glance at my phone. 10 a.m. I also notice I have 5 texts and 2 calls. Okay, I know why the phone jump scares me. It's this incredibly highly detailed brushwork on the fur and the beans. Like, I was not expecting this. Not to say this game isn't detailed, it's just this is like one of those like Courage the Cowardly Dog or Flapjack hyper real close-ups, but it's actually, looks good rather than terrifying. So it's a text from Leah that says, "Hey! Sorry, hey. Me too, bud. I've done that. On way to Carl's house for surprise pretty. Make sure you're ready. Hello." That sounds like the reverse of a surprise party. I look down the nudge some part of Carl with my foot. Judging by the thickness and consistency, I'm pretty sure it's his ass. God, this group of friends is way too well acquainted with each other's butts. I mean, they are way too well acquainted with each other's butts, I swear. He grunts. What? I think someone's at the door. He doesn't say anything, and a few seconds later, his guttural snores start up again. This time I really dig my foot in and he yelps loudly, sitting up so fast his horns bang against the wall. Dude, if you want... I don't think I like this. I don't know. I feel like it would be better for him to like let people in and for Carl to wake up naturally, but I don't know. He squints against the sunlight pouring in between the blinds, which turns his emerald eyes into an almost mint green. He raises up a paw to block the light and looks at me frowning. What the hell was that? The doorbell goes off again. Door? Carl blinks at me, then slumps back down on his pillow, waving a paw lazily at the air. Let it ring. They'll go away eventually. Are you sure? He flops his paw around again. Solicitor, trust me. They see this house and make a beeline. No one else visits. Oh, buddy. Oh, God, that's like when I lived in Arkansas. The only people that would come around and visit my house were Mormons. I sigh, looking back down at my phone. Oh, look, Leo texted me. That's probably him at the door. I guess my tone of surprise was a little too fake because Carl sits up and eyes me suspiciously. Well, you can go ahead and answer it. You're allowed to touch my door. I sigh a little harder this time. Damn it, Carl. Fine. They were planning a surprise birthday party for you, so go down there, answer the door, and act surprised. You are a... What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm actually... Dude, I get it. Carl's being mopey and a bit lazy, but what the fuck, Chase? You didn't have to do that. You could have gone down. How big of a deal would it be for you to have texted Leo and said, hey, he's being stubborn about staying in bed. I'm gonna come down and let you guys in, and we're gonna all do whatever. You know, whether that's sneak into his room and like scare the fuck out of him, because that sounds like something they would do, probably with a giant bucket of ice water, or they would set up for the kitchen, or they would probably prank him and be like, oh my god, oh, Carl, help, as Chase is like scrambling, trying to hold onto the doorframe. The ghost is real! And like gets pulled out of sight. Like, there's so many ways you could have had fun and been a good friend with this, but you chose to do it in the most bitchiest way. You really are a chunt. What? But Carl's not just confused, he looks genuinely upset. He leans into the corner and pulls up a blanket like he's preparing to ward off the boogeyman. My birthday isn't until next month. I pause, watching him. I know, but we didn't have much to do, so Leo thought... I slide off the bed and start pulling on my jeans and shirt. Come on, I'll go down with you. Carl covers his face and rubs hard, the short fur on his muzzle bristling out and with little spikes around his fingers. I just wanted to relax today, you know? Isn't that every day for you? I laugh to lighten the jab, but Carl just frowns. Well, not with you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Carl knew he's like the least drama Carl understands he's like the least drama person of the entire group, and so that's why he invited Chase over. Or at least part the reason. He recognizes that Chase could like do his project in peace in a nice air-conditioned house and have a little time with his friend. Oh my god. He just wanted Chase to be over with him so they could talk and have a good time. Oh my gosh. And this is completely going over Chase's head. You know, I talk about my mom sometimes. Maybe a little bit too much, I don't know. But it's kind of funny because I remember she told me once that she likes, and this is, you know, after I became an adult and moved out, she likes taking me in particular out to like lunch days and whatnot because I'm the drama free child, which let me hear it from all my middle child people. You know, I've only got like what 27 subscribers at time of recording, but for subscribers and any people who just wander by, let me hear it from all the middle children. It's just kind of your job as the middle child to just be there and be quiet. The older one's got a bunch of bullshit they're going through. The younger one is being a bratty little asshole. So it's your job to just sit there and exist. And be drama-free. So I get Carl's position on that. It's like, he's so man. I'm immediately, like, at first I was like, okay, I don't get why people are so angry with Chase. Why the joke of the chunt is a thing. But, like, God, man, that's so... What the hell? Ugh, whatever, okay, moving on. I'm starting to wonder if all of this isolation has worsened Carl's issues, if he really has gotten the help he needs. That all of this hiding out has just blanketed the problem and let it fester underneath. We can relax. We're all friends here, Carl. Come on. I pick up his clothes left on the floor from yesterday and toss them at him. I'm at least relieved to see him putting them on, even if it's reluctant. My phone buzzes a few more times, but I ignore them and patiently wait for Carl to finish getting dressed. I think this'll be a lot of fun. He doesn't say anything as he slowly rolls off the bed and pulls on his shorts. Okay, look, I was giving Jenna some shit about being the helper, about the, oh, you obviously don't know how to help yourself, so let me. I was giving her some shit. Now it's time for Chase's turn, because what the fuck, man? Dude has very clearly said, hey, I just want to relax today. And yeah, sure, he lays around a lot. But again, he even said, hey, not with you. So, you should text Leo back and, I don't know, there's not a good solution here that I can see, but like, at least find a better solution than, oh, just shut up in here. It's like, no wonder dude doesn't have any fucking ambition. Has he been given the space to have his own ambition? Has he been given the space to form his own desires? Like, clearly he has ideas and some form of identity. But if everybody's going to mollycoddle him and just drag him around to where he needs to go, instead of, I don't know, whatever, I'm just going to keep going. Surprise! Happy not really your birthday, bitch! As I open the door, a blast of confetti hits my face, along with a loud pop that leaves my ears ringing. TJ, not the face. Sorry. I slowly pull the papery strings of confetti from around my ears as the smell of fireworks sting my nose. Where the fuck's Carl? Oh, Flynn looks so happy. I look behind me and step over the side a bit, revealing Carl, who's got his arms folded tightly, head dipped. Good thing I didn't answer the door, huh? Happy birthday! Feliz cumpleaños! Leo bustles in, carrying 2 bags. Jenna follows, carrying a medium-sized cylindrical cake covered in white frosting. Carl perks up a bit as he sees this, his long ears bouncing. Hey, is that red velvet? I mean, thanks to a certain someone on Fur Affinity, Hungo, I have a newfound appreciation for red velvet. Yeah, Flynn says it's your favorite. Store-made. Store-made, though. I would have made it myself if Leo had warned us in advance. Hey, I just come up with this like 2 days ago. Flynn engages Carl with some fake punches while Leo sets the bags down on the table before turning to me with his voice low. Just so you know, your gift is a horn band. Okay, so is everything alright? With Flynn, I mean. Oh my god, no, Leo, stop looking at me like that, bud. Stop it. No. That is the face of a man who's gonna get everything he wants from me tonight. Like, Jesus Christ, stop it. Leo glances over at the lizard, quirking the corner of his mouth up towards his ear. Yeah, I think so. It will take a bit of time for him to settle down, but he already sort of apologized while you were gone. So, that's a start at least, yeah? I exhale. Okay. Carl, where are your plates? The cupboard, second door over. Now that Flynn's not shoving him around, Carl's standing awkwardly next to the table, Paul is fidgeting. So, why are we doing this? It's not until next month. Leo shrugs, frowning. We just wanted to do something. Really. I mean, there's not much to do, you know? You have candles anywhere, Carl? No, I don't think so. What's up, man? Haven't had your morning joint yet? Lighten up. For the people who have given me feedback, there's been a couple people, primarily, you know, my boyfriend and Allosaurus Prime in particular, which, by the way, I drew them an icon. You should go look at it. Or, oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, there he goes. Look at him go. Ah! Anyway. I've been told that the southern accent with Flynn is throwing people a bit, and I apologize. So I will try and figure out a voice for Flynn now that does not involve an accent. Flynn snatches up one of Carl's horns and wobbles his head around. Well, it's something Flynn did to Carl a lot. The taboo act of grabbing someone's horn almost makes me gasp out loud. Stop! Carl shoves Flynn off and smooths his beanie down. Well, I guess we'll have to skip the candles. I told you we should have bought some, Leo. Leo throws his arms out in a shrug. What? Sue me if I thought they'd have everything that we need in this mansion. No kidding. You know how places you haven't been to since you were little look smaller when you visit as an adult? TJ's eyes scan the ceiling. This place still looks giant. Sure, Tej. Carl huffs out a breath. Why didn't you guys tell me? I still need to take a shower. Quit being a pussy. You always smell like skunk. Now eat some cake. Flynn grabs up the knife while Jenna sets out the plates. The frosting is so thick it practically absorbs the knife. I haven't had cake for breakfast since, like, your last birthday party, Carl. Carl doesn't say anything, instead sitting at the end of the table, paws in his pocket. You guys sure slept in. What were you doing all night? I wait to see if Carl is going to say anything. When it's clear he isn't, I chime in. Video games mostly, and a movie. Fun. It's something we could have all done together, though. Maybe for you, people who don't have a job to go to the next day. I don't think that was a personal dig at Carl, but I don't miss the downward flick of his ears. Flynn plops down a thick slice of cake onto Carl's plate, the inch-deep frosting making a splatting sound. Heh, maybe we should just stick a doobie in there and light it, huh? Carl, who had perked up at the sight of the cake, shrinks back down with a frown. Just a small slice, please. Flynn eyes TJ, who's holding out his plate, and positions the knife. Smaller, please. Oh my god. Loosen up. You're on vacation. Flynn starts cutting the slice even bigger than Carl's. Hey! Flynn, She says it quietly, but the chill in her voice is clear, and so is the fact that things aren't completely okay. Oh my good Flynn! Side eye. You know what that is? A bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye. That's perfect. Flynn grunts, then cuts the cake again, this time with a slice that's just an inch wide. That good? Yeah, that's fine. Thanks. TJ moves away to sit down, and the warm glow of our little get-together chills, but Leo chips in with a laugh. Make sure Chase gets a real big chunk. He's getting way too skinny. I repeat, sir, that's a face of a man who's gonna get everything he wants tonight. And I am a hefty husky. Ooh, ooh. God, I'm gonna regret saying all these things at some point, aren't I? I don't argue, and Flynn slaps down a large slice on my plate, a little notch in the center where he'd tried to cut TJ's. I sit in the vacant seat next to Carl, where he's resting a cheek in his paw, methodically shoveling cake into his maw. Everything okay? Oh yeah. Everything's good. I'm about to ask more, but Flynn points across the table at us. And with that ominous little screen right there, that's where we're going to have to cut it, because I got to get back to work. Well, thank you for joining me at the food truck, and I would like to quickly thank my good friend Aragon, or Aragon, however you would like to say it. They are an artist who has done much of the art that you can find in my Fur Affinity gallery. They have done a lot of art that, you know, a lot of people enjoy. Wink, wink. But they actually were talking to me one day when we were out at a diner somewhere, and they said something about how, since I was treating them to the diner food, they said, welcome to the dog bowl. And that just clicked in my head. That is absolute perfection. So, moving forward, you are now at the Dog Bowl food truck. And what will come of that, we'll have to see. But until the next time, have a good night, guys. Later.